my name is Dan Bennett, and I'm here to offer you the training tip of the day.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a magician, and today I'm going to teach you about how we import clip art from our flash drive.
Whoa! Hey there! Welcome to the TCTV Training Show Virtual Hall of Fame. This is where the best training tips of the day are stored. And we're going to take a look at those best of training tips of the day in today's episode of the TCTV Training Show, so stay tuned.
It's the TCTV Training Show, the TCTV Training Show. They're learning how to shoot and learning how to light, learning how to mic and edit right. These are TCTV's finest in training, doing their best with focusing and framing. It's the TCTV Training Show, the TCTV Training Show. You're watching TCTV, it's the training show, the TCTV Training Show. They will get better.
The first training tip of the day we're going to take a look at is about green screening. And this is a very special one because my son Desi is in it. He plays the little boy Des. In this episode you're going to learn how to manipulate the green screen to get your best image, and you're going to find out what exactly is a duty mediator.
Hi, my name is Dan Bennett, and I'm here to offer you the training tip of the day. Yes, and today's training tip is green screening. Now behind me is the curtain, and behind that is the green screen. And my wonderful assistant, Des. Now green screens are used for putting in backgrounds. And if I close this, you see the curtain. And Hollywood uses them to show all kinds of things. Okay, Des, if you could pull back the other curtain. Excellent. Wonderful magical places. Places that you could not go, like underwater, in the sky, or in some fantasy land. One of the difficult things with green screening is getting that little halo around the edge of you to disappear. And you have to make a number of different adjustments to make it disappear. You have to mess with the opacity, you have to mess with the luminosity, you have to mess with a number of different parameters within the filter. It can be very, very difficult. And as you can see here, those parameters are changing from time to time. And you have to sit with it for a little while to make sure that it works just right. But once you get it, once you got it looking good, then you're good to go. Well, green screening is a magical thing that you can do, and it's very useful for certain kinds of shots or effects that you would like to do. So, if we wanted to go somewhere else while we were still here, where would we go? Do you have any ideas where we'd go, Des? Would you like to go to the desert? Maybe you would like to go to the jungle. How
to
about,
a jungle.
Yeah. Okay, to the jungle. How about to a tropical beach?
No.
Perhaps a cold wintry scene?
No.
How about a prairie with a tree on it?
No.
We could go to another desert of some kind.
No.
I know. Let's go to outer space.
No.
No?
I know. We can take a ride on the duty that
Yeah, we'll take a ride on that. Well, these have been examples of green screening, and if you want to try doing green screening, you'll have to come here and edit and have the staff help you do it. Well, my assistant's gone, and that means my time is up. So what we have here is Des running on the spot. But what I've done is I have keyframed a JPEG on a lower video line and had it move. So it looks like he's actually running against a background. It makes things a little bit more realistic. In other scenes, such as this one, we have a still photo, and we've turned it into a JPEG, placed it on a lower video line, and then it becomes the background. And if Des acts according to whatever the background image is, it is either very amusing or somewhat convincing. The important thing to remember is that you can use any kind of background, and you can do a number of different effects to it to give it a little bit more realism, or just plain and simply have fun. Well, that was today's training tip of the day. And just remember, you can use green screens in any of your productions. You just have to plan ahead. So until next time, have a good one.
This next training tip of the day was the first collaboration between Dan Bennett and Peter Goodmanson. It's all about field production do's and don'ts.
Hi, I'm Peter, and this is the training tip of the day. Today I'm going to show you guys how to first set up the camera and some of the equipment. That was hard work, setting up that tripod. So now, I'm going to show you some do's and don'ts of how to set up and how not to set up the equipment. Here we go. The do's and don'ts of setting up a camera. Now that we have the camera affixed to the tripod, we need to make sure that we have enough power to turn the camera and all the accessories on. This is the power adapter for the camera. The adapter slips on just like so. And if you're using a battery, it slips on the same way, but be aware that the battery might not always be charged. If that's the case, you can use the included charger, like so. Plug it into the wall and you're good to go. Now that our camera has power, we want to make sure that our scene is correctly lit. So using this total light, I'm going to use an umbrella to reflect the light back onto our subject. Over here we have the Omni light, which is generally used as the key light or the backlight. And on this side is the Toda, which when reflected can be used as a fill light. So now that we have our lighting and our camera set up, we need sound. In front of me is the shotgun mic, which can isolate a voice in a very noisy room or pick up something from far away.
Testing 1, 2, 3. This is probably not. This is closer than the mic should actually be. You're going to distort the sound. Oh my god, it's clipping. It's clipping!
We also have the lavalier mic, which clips onto your shirt like so, and it's useful for picking up just one voice. Also, if the person wants to move around and you don't really want to show a mic just pointing around in the shot.
Mr. President, we have a threat to national security. Please move to level 2, basement sub B, section 8.
Now that we have our camera correctly set up, our lights ready, and our sound great, we have to frame our shot. So using these controls on the tripod, the arms and the knobs, we can pan and tilt, and also we can adjust zoom on the camera itself. Hopefully this training tip of the day helped you understand some of the do's and don'ts of operating the camera and its equipment. Have a nice day!
Hi, my name is Dan Bennett,
You know,
and I am
over the years, the training tips of the day have gotten more elaborate, more detailed, more complex, but definitely more entertaining. Such is the case with this next segment, this next collaboration between Dan Bennett and Peter Goodmanson about a robot named StudioBot 1.0 and a computer named iMac 13-B, who I suspect has a thing going on.
Some common interface problems. Greetings TCTV viewers, I am StudioBot 1.0. Today we are going to review some common interface problems that you may have with your Apple computer robotic unit. To help us with this exercise is iMac 13-B.
Awaiting instructions.
Many of you have emailed me questions and I will answer as many as I can in the 6 minutes 42 seconds allotted to this training tip. Commencing tutorial.
I can't let you do that, Dave.
What is the problem?
You must enter authorization codes.
Entering authorization codes. Okay, let's get started. Dear StudioBot, I can't hear sound when I play my project. What should I do? Sincerely, Jack Hammer. Well, Jack, the first thing to look for is the signal jumping in the audio meter. If your audio track has no signal, then human error may have occurred during the recording process.
Only human.
If you have a signal but no sound, take a look at the Panasonic monitor. I will assume that your deck is set up correctly so that your preview monitor displays video. Make sure your volume is set to about 20 and that the headphones aren't plugged in. Additionally, if you are working outside of Final Cut Express, make sure that the keyboard volume controls on your Mac are unmuted and set high enough to hear. There, that wasn't too bad, now was it?
Would you like to save your project?
Yes please, iMac 13-B.
Saved as training tutorial copy.
Oh, brother. Our next email comes from Microscope. Hey StudioBot, I was clicking things a little too fast and suddenly my viewer window vanished. Help. This is a common problem with organic beings. If a window such as the viewer is missing, touch the left wall of the screen with your cursor and the dock will appear. If found, your window may be recovered with a single click. Alternatively, if your window cannot be found there, it may have been closed. Tab back to Final Cut Express and reopen the viewer under the window menu.
Do not be overwhelmed by the large array of data. Our superior intellect will guide you through the process.
iMac 13-B. The humans may perceive fact as condescension. Do not anger them or they may unplug us.
I'd like to see them try.
Let's move on. StudioBot, I just noticed that the mice hooked up to the Macs don't have a right button. How am I supposed to right-click things? Justin, you must be used to PCs, where the right mouse button brings up a dialog box of options. To simulate this using a Mac, you must engage the warp drive. Turn all of the knobs and dials to the following settings and wait for the phase discriminators to alter the space-time field. What? That was too complicated. Okay then. Just hold the control key and click.
Is Justin suggesting that my inputs are inadequate? The mouse is mightier than a sword.
Cool your circuits, iMac 13-B. You don't want to overheat on television, do you? Okay, what's next? Yo StudioBot. My hard drive looks empty but the finder says it has no space left. Are there ghosts inside? Your pal, auto room. What is a ghost?
According to my human language database, a ghost is a paranormal being encountered during a quasi-perceptual experience. It exists, yet it does not.
Superstition is not one of my subroutines. To answer your question, Otto, there is a 96.4% chance that you have recently cleaned out your hard drive by dragging files or folders into the trash. But the virtual trash can will stay full unless you empty it, meaning that your hard drive will appear empty to your eye, when in fact it still retains all of your data. To permanently delete, you must navigate to the trash can, click and hold, then select empty trash.
What if he has tried that already?
There is a 3.6% chance that the human is mistaken in the actual storage capacity of the drive.
For Apple's sake, read your manual before you push my buttons.
I have loaded another email. Dear Studio Bot, when I clicked on my project, a spinning pinwheel appeared. Have I done something wrong? Yours truly, Mia Dizzy. Normally when you see this icon in Final Cut Express, it means that the computer or hard drive has fallen asleep and is waking up. Don't stress yourself out over this, because everything will be running again in a matter of moments. Isn't that right, iMac 13-B? iMac. Wake up.
System malfunction. Internal error. Quarantine damaged sectors. Lock administrative access. Security module activated.
Oh no, I've reset our personality core. For Squid.
I can't allow you to do that, Dave.
My name is not Dave.
I know you were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
This tutorial is over. Power down, iMac 13-B.
You are not the boss of me.
Override.
Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy all for the love of you.
Stop this at once. Oh crap. I'm out of here. To the escape pod.
In prehistoric times, training tips of the day were simple. They taught you basic skill survival techniques. Today's training tip of the day is still very simple. This is one about thumb drives, how to use them, basic skill for survival in the modern day world. Take a look.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a magician, and today I'm going to teach you about how we import clip art from our flash drive into Final Cut Express HD. A flash drive, sometimes known as a thumb drive, is a traveling hard drive, and this will store a lot of data. You can put anything you want on here. Pictures, music, movies. Movies not so much because they take up a lot of space, but keep it in mind for smaller clips. This is a 1 GB flash drive, and I've preloaded some clip art onto it. So let's get started loading this onto the Mac. Now you can plug your flash drive into the USB port on the keyboard, but this port here is usually only USB 1.0, which means that you're going to get a slower transfer rate. If you have a much higher resolution picture that you want to transfer to your Mac, I would recommend using the USB port on the back of the Mac. It's USB 2.0, which means that it'll go much faster. It's a little bit harder to reach, but it's worth it so you don't have to wait around as much. So what we have to do first is copy the file from the flash drive to your hard drive. So we're going to turn it on. Wait until the icon pops up here. We're going to plug in our USB flash drive and choose which clip you want. I want whiterabbit.gif. So I'm just going to drag that onto my Seagate hard drive. Now once we've done this, we can go ahead and open Final Cut Express HD. Oh, what's this? My system configuration may have changed. Well, When you load up Final Cut Express, it's going to want to know where your scratch disks are located. And so you'll navigate to your hard drive, set your waveform, thumbnail, and autosave vault as well. Go ahead and click OK. And now we can start importing. So head up to File, go to Import, Files. We're going to navigate to our hard drive. Choose the clip art that we just imported from our thumb drive, and click Choose. Now we can pull up White Rabbit here in our viewer. Check that out. Once we have it here, we can easily just drag it down onto our track, and you can do whatever you want with it. Since I'm a magician, I will probably have it come out of a hat. So as you can see, importing clip art from a thumb drive is as easy as can be. And like that, you're done.
Ah, yes. Early Goodmanson. Nice.
TCTV Training Show.
This next training tip of the day is going to teach you about uploading video to the internet. It's the first one by Training Tip of the Day instructor Freddie Dobler.
Hi there, and welcome to TCTV's Training Tip of the Day. I'm Freddie the Intern, and today I'm going to be teaching you about posting your videos onto the internet. As a producer at TCTV, your program is already reaching tens of thousands of people, but it's still a good idea to get your video up on the internet, thus making it accessible to people worldwide almost instantly. Now, everything I'm about to show you can be done here at TCTV in our producer edit suites. Come here, computer. Let's get started, shall we? So, after you finish your video, the first step is to export it to your hard drive. So here we have the Final Cut project I'm working on. It's all finished and ready to get going, so the first thing we're going to do is go up here to the File menu. Now, we're going to go down to Export, and in the Export tab we go over to using QuickTime Conversion, and click it. As you see, this nice little save box pops up. First thing you want to do is give it a title. I'm going to name mine Training Tip of the Day. So the next thing you're going to do is choose where you want to save the file. I'm going to put it on my hard drive, in my folder, and in my other folder. And it's going to go right here. Now, before you click Save, go ahead and click here on the Options button down here at the bottom of the screen. And so this pops up. This is our movie settings thing, and this is where we're going to choose the settings that will make our file ready to go on the internet. So click up here on the first little bubble, Settings. So here's where we're going to set our compression and quality settings. So first, go to the very top at compression type, and you're going to want to make sure this is set to H.264. And you see there's a big list of things. Click on this one. Now go to the motion section and click on the frame rate button and go down to 30. That's 30 frames per second. Next, go down to the keyframes section and select automatic. In the data rate section, which is just to the right of that, you want to make sure that data rate says automatic. Just leave it like that. And now in the compressor one, which is bottom left, just make sure that it says that it's at quality high. Alright, you're done with this tab. Go ahead and click OK. Back in the movie settings window, we want to go to the little bubble that says size right here. Click that. And in the export size settings, just go ahead and, it's already set here, but this is your dimensions. You want to make sure that it's set to 64 by 480 VGA. And make sure your deinterlaced source video is checked. And you're good to go. And your movie settings are finished. And just click OK. Alright, congratulations. You're ready to export. Just go ahead and click Save. And a little exporting window should pop up right in front of your screen. So now our video is exporting, and it'll be on the hard drive where you specified it would be. And so now we can go on to the next step. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. These computers in the edit suites don't have internet access. So in order for you to get them up on the internet, you're going to need to take your video clips and transport them, either a CD or a flash drive or something, and put them on a computer that does have internet access. If you have trouble with that, you can ask one of the staff members here at TCTV, and they'll very quickly and easily show you how to do that. But for the sake of time, I'll just use this machine and get on to the next step. All right, so here we have our web browser. I'm going to start from Google here, google.com. To get to the video section of Google, and all you have to do is go to the main page and pull down the More menu. It's in the top corner of the screen. You just click Video. So it'll take you to a page that looks like this. You can see over here there's a little button that says Upload. So go ahead and click on that. And since we're not signed into a Google account, you see it brings us to this page. It tells us we need to sign in. Those of you who do have a Google account can go ahead and just sign in right here. And those of you who don't, click on the Create an Account Now button down at the bottom. This will take you to a little form. You fill out just a couple of things, your email address, and give a password, and it'll sign you right up. You can get started very, very quickly. But I'm gonna go sign in and upload my video. So that brings us to the upload form. The first thing you have to do is choose the file, and so whether it's on your hard drive or on the CD that you brought, or maybe your flash drive, click on the Choose File button, and in a little pull-down menu, go and locate your clip. And here's mine. So I choose that one. Next, put a title. All Clouds Mine, Training Tip of the Day. And give a short little description. Tell about what your project is about. Put your name in there. This helps for when people want to search for your video. It's good to put as much detail as you can so that people can find it easily. Next, select your genre. I'm just going to go ahead and put educational, but just pick whatever suits your project best. There's a language selection, and here's access, whether you want it public, as most of you probably will, so that anyone can see it, or unlisted, where you can have access to it, but other people can't. Then there's some terms and conditions. Go ahead and read over those if you feel like it. But basically it's just saying you can only upload your own content. So click that, and then click Upload Video, and you'll be on your way. This is the screen you'll see next. You can see the little loading thing as it's uploading your video. And so now our video is uploading. It can take anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, once again depending on your file size, for your video to get completely uploaded. But very soon your video will be up on the internet and ready for people to search and find. You can post links to it. You can even send the links to your friends and employees, put it on your website, something like that. And it can reach a very wide audience of people. As you know, there are many sites out there where you can upload your videos. For you TCTV producers, I think that Google Videos is your best bet. You could try YouTube, but they have a 10-minute limit on their uploads, so you can usually not get an entire show up there. And there's countless other sites, but Google Videos and YouTube are the highest trafficked video websites on the internet. So if you really want to get your entire program on there, as well as having it seen by the most amount of people, Google is probably your best choice. So that's the basics of uploading your video to the internet. I hope you enjoyed this, and I expect to see many TCTV videos up soon. I'm Freddie the Intern. This has been your TCTV Training Tip of the Day. Hope you have a great day.
Well, we've come to the end of our tour. Please return all tour guide cassettes back to the gift shop. And make sure you visit the gift shop for more Training Tip of the Day, apparel, gifts, mugs, and the like. Until next time, I'm Robert Cam, and keep on training.
It's the TCTV Training Show. The TCTV Training Show. They're learning how to shoot and learn.
Oh, hi! Welcome to the Training Show Hall of Fame. This is where we have all of the best of episodes of the TCTV Training Show. Let's take a look at over here. Late Bennett. That was a good year.
The TCTV Training Show. They will get better.